Today on Ag Etc., we're at the Risk and Financial Management Conference put on by Ag Risk Solutions, a conference aimed at giving producers extra business skills, showing them how they can tackle certain challenges and how to improve their farm business. Then Shelby Watson explains what USAPEEC is and how they are introducing new U.S. poultry products into new markets around the world. Meteorologist Gary Lezak talks about a new tool for farmers called Weather 2020. He explains how they use weather cycles to predict upcoming growing seasons. Then Crystal Cowen from the BLM talks about the Wild Horse Youth Challenge held at the Kansas State Fair and how you can get involved. It's all coming up on Ag Etc. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.
Welcome to the Western Kansas Wildlife Travel Center, right here in my hometown of Oakley, Kansas. We're the front door of Western Kansas, located on 3 main highways, I-70, US 83, and US 40. And all those roads lead to history, beautiful scenery, and adventure, no matter which direction you go. We now have an IHOP. That brand that you've trusted up and down the road in all your travels is staffed with local folks, real people, just like you and me, and we're waiting on you to join us. So for fun, adventure, fuel up, fuel your body, and let's have some fun.
Kansans have a new choice for Medicare supplement insurance plans. With Medicare supplement insurance plans from Kansas Farm Bureau, you have access to 4 levels of coverage, affordable rates, and service from an organization that's served Kansans for more than 100 years. For more information on Kansas Farm Bureau Medicare supplement plans, including rates and to apply, visit kfbhealthplans.com.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
So I'm Mike Shear, President of Ag Risk Solutions, and excited to be here. Just kicked off our first day of our Risk and Financial Management Conference. It's a conference we put on for ag producers throughout the region to help give them some extra business skills, provoke thought about how they can tackle certain challenges and improve their farm businesses. Production ag has changed rapidly, of course. Always has and certainly is now, whether that's in terms of the markets and the business side of what's happening, where the margins are being squeezed, whether profits are good, and then obviously on the technological side of looking at how different things are implemented and how that can be done profitably and help improve business practices as you do that. At our core, we're a crop insurance agency. That's what Ag Risk Solutions does. That's the only product that we offer is crop insurance products for producers. We do work a lot on farm policy and ag policy issues. So tomorrow I will be presenting about the new farm programs and the 2018 Farm Bill with the sign-up deadline coming up soon on March 15th. So we do try to get out of our wheelhouse a little bit occasionally and help our producers with making those kind of decisions that can help them be more profitable. And that's really also what this conference is all about, is providing extra services to our clients, helping them be more successful. I always say that the only way that we as a business can be successful is if our clients are successful. And so things like this conference and us trying to help them with other decisions outside of just crop insurance, we hope contributes to their success, which in turn makes our business more successful as well. So to learn more about what we do, our website is ag-risk-solutions.com. I would encourage you to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Ag Risk Solutions and we should show up.
It was great to be here today at the Ag Risk Solutions annual conference. Today we talked about the 800-pound gorilla that's in the corner of the room for all of us as we accumulate and as we age, and that is what happens if we have a long-term care event. More importantly, what happens when we have a long-term care event. You know, probably the biggest thing that we have to look at in terms of the paradigm shift that we're going through in the aging process is we have to prepare for longer lives. So by saving and investing better and maybe looking at some products that didn't used to be very attractive to us, today might be very, very attractive in the new environment that we're in terms of the length of our lives. And as we talked about today, living longer can be a great blessing or it can be a terrible curse. And what we want to do in my industry is we want to help people make sure that they're going to have the blessing of long life as opposed to the curse. So really appreciate being here. Mike and the guys put on a great conference and look forward to being here again.
I had this horse. It was a good horse, except for when the wind was blowing above 30 miles an hour. Wind was blowing about 35, 40, and I saddled him up, rode him out to the end of the lane, and I thought, well, he's doing pretty good. And about 6 jumps later, I was laying on the ground and thinking, boy, my shoulder sure hurt. I kept waiting, and it didn't get better, and so I went to an orthopedic surgeon, and that showed that I had torn rotator cuff. He said, well, I have to do surgery. I thought, I farm and ranch by myself. This is not going to work out very well. I'd been sleeping in my recliner for about 2.5 years because it hurt too much to sleep in bed on my side. I'd heard about Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center on the radio. Gotten down there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and by 11:30 the procedure was all over. They just took some fat out of my side here and spun that down for about 45 minutes and then injected it in my shoulders, and I was on my way. It's something you don't hear about, but I thought it was worth a try, and I'm really pleased. It's really worked out well for me.
Okay, looks like it's time for our tour. Welcome to the Fort Wallace Museum. Here at the museum, you're going to find some really interesting stuff like our replica stagecoach from the Butterfield Overland Dispatch. We've got facades from the fort buildings. We've got an 1870s flag. There's a plesiosaur that was discovered locally. We've got the Ray pump organ collection. We're a little bitty place with a great big story, and we'd love to have you.
Kim Mannering with Hardy Insurance. Today we will talk about employee safety and work comp coverage. On your farm, do you ask your friends to come help? Are they considered employees or neighbors helping neighbors? Did you know that you can be held responsible just as if it's a work comp accident? Give me a call, we can discuss. 316-945-6733.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Hi, my name is Shelby Watson with USA Poultry and Egg Export Council. We call it USAPEEC for short because it's kind of a mouthful. I'm excited to be back in Kansas. This has been probably my 4th time in Topeka and Manhattan, so I'm starting to feel like a regular. Kansas Soybean Commission has been heavily invested in USAPEEC over the last few years. Some of the more recent ones are in Mexico, Vietnam, Colombia, Armenia, and Korea. In Mexico, we kind of have a full circle strategy where we look for meat processing companies that are interested in using U.S. poultry products and incorporating that into their further processed products such as sausages, some breakfast items that you would find in the deli section. So that's been a really incredible and successful event. We've released over 34 products to the Mexican market using U.S. poultry products, which has surpassed our goal. Our original goal was to release 30 to 32 products by 2021. So we're in 2019 and we've already surpassed that goal. So we're excited just to see how far that activity can go. In Korea, we are really just trying to get in front of every audience that we can with U.S. poultry products. This past year, we were looking at the fitness industry. We know that health and wellness has become a big deal in the United States, and that is also portrayed in Asia. So in the Korean market, we participated in a yoga event where it was basically a big conference, and yoga professionals ranging in ages from millennial to more middle-aged. And we were able to tell them about the benefits of turkey and how they can implement that in their daily habits and daily intake. In the Armenian market, it's newer for U.S. poultry, so we are very much in the beginning stages of getting product in the market. It's grown tremendously just over the last few years. So Kansas has had a hand in that by helping us to create brochures that we can pass out to the trade sector and teach them about the different cuts of U.S. poultry and different applications, and really getting that in front of the food service industry so they can incorporate that into their daily diets as well. In the Colombian market, we're in the 5th year of doing a cooking competition. It's a series of 3 competitions where we are in contact with over 130 different chefs. And by the final stage, 40 chefs compete. And so really the whole idea here is just to get in front of these chefs, show them the versatility and quality of U.S. poultry, and in the hopes that they will continue that into their restaurants and throughout their careers. So it's very successful, and we get in front of a lot of chefs in that industry in the Colombian market. Okay, and then last but not least, Vietnam. This has been a huge win for the United States. Vietnam is our 6th largest export market, and that has happened rapidly. Just since 2004, we gained access. So it's grown tremendously over those years. So in the past, we've done a series of food safety seminars, teaching them how to properly thaw our products and how versatile it is, and making sure that the quality remains from the time it leaves the United States and ends up on someone's plate, that the quality is preserved. And so we are looking at different ways we can get relationships built with the traders there and continue growing that market.
I'm Bob Swartz, and I've devoted the last 43 years to helping Kansans reach their retirement goals and to protect the family farm. At Bob Swartz Financial, we believe everyone should be able to live the retirement they've always dreamed of. Our team of professionals can help you create an efficient strategy using a variety of investment vehicles to help you address your financial needs and your concerns. Bob Swartz Financial values commitment and transparency.
Sure Crop Fertilizers was started by my father, Don Sherman, and my mother, Shirley Sherman. Family business that started in the 80s. We predominantly focus on plant nutrients and what we can do to give growers better responses with the fertilizer dollars that they do, and what we can do to make those things work better for the grower. We're based out of Seneca, Kansas. We work with growers in their soil analysis to figure out what they need, and then we can put those in a blend that gives them the best results, and so that we can deliver that direct to their farm so that they have those nutrients where they need them, when they need them, and so that they can apply them in a manner that's very efficient to them and works well on their planting systems and what they're doing. Sure Crop Fertilizers has been around for a long time. We always say we're big enough to take care of everything you need, but we're small enough to do it quickly. You can get a hold of us at 1-800-635-4743. Our website is surecropfertilizers.com, and you can always email me at Corey@surecropfertilizers.com, and with any questions you have, and we're glad to answer and work with you.
Kansas Corn reminds you that E15 fuel is the right choice for every kind of driver. For the car enthusiast, E15 has higher octane. For the thrifty driver, E15 is priced lower than regular unleaded. For the nature lover, E15 provides cleaner air. For the shopper who buys local, E15 has more ethanol from our Kansas corn farms. Choose E15 for a higher octane, lower price, cleaner American fuel. Message from the Kansas Corn Commission. Learn more at kscorn.com.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Wheat. Learn more at rediscoverwheat.org.
Well, I'm meteorologist Gary Lezak. Weather 2020 is our company. We have a website, weather2020.com, and we talked about weather patterns and how the pattern is cycling regularly. And so if you know the cycle length, then you can make predictions. So if there's a major storm on October 15th, and this year's cycle is close to 60 days, then 60 days later, or around December 15th, there will be another major storm there. Predicting the weather for every location, for every zip code or farm, for every state of the United States is challenging. We're really good at it. The pattern will be back right on schedule, and then our predictions are close to just as accurate. Last year in October, it was so crazy wet. and there was 10 inches of rain around Kansas City. Most of the plains was wet, and so we knew the chance of a flood on the Missouri River was extremely high. The same pattern cycled through. We made a prediction that it would be one of the wettest years, and it was. This year, last year was a 49-day cycle. This year's closer to 60 days. It is not as wet. It's definitely drier. However, it's not extremely dry either. So through the Corn Belt, the chance of adequate moisture is pretty good. So I'm expecting enough moisture. We're not going to have major drought, but there still may be some dry spells, and we'll identify when those will be. I asked the question to the audience, okay, let's ask this question. Is above average rainfall good for your crops? Is below average rainfall good for your crops? So I had them raise their hands. Is above average rainfall good for your crops, as long as it's not too much? Most people raise their hands. Is below average rainfall good? No, below average rainfall is not good. And through the discussion, is when you get to June and July and August, not only above average rainfall, but much above average rainfall is actually beneficial as long as there's enough drying in time for harvest. Go to weather2020.com and let us know if you have any questions. We have products that we can provide information for you, and then through Ag Risk Solutions as well. With Mike Scher and his group, we're going to be providing them some of our inside information. So we know what the weather pattern is going to be looking like. We want to share that with the world. It's valuable, and we're different, and it's exciting to bring this technology to you.
Welcome to the Western Kansas Wildlife Travel Center, right here in my hometown of Oakley, Kansas. We're the front door of Western Kansas, located on 3 main highways, I-70, US 83, and US 40. And all those roads lead to history, beautiful scenery, and adventure, no matter which direction you go. We now have an IHOP. That brand that you've trusted up and down the road in all your travels is staffed with local folks, real people, just like you and me, and we're waiting on you to join us. So for fun, adventure, fuel up, fuel your body, and let's have some fun.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.
This segment brought to you by Santa Fe Trail Meats in Overbrook. Let us help feed your family.
I'm Crystal Cowen, and I work with the Bureau of Land Management's Wild Horse and Burro program. Right now we're in Fort Worth, Texas at the Will Rogers Coliseum. It's the Extreme Mustang Makeover. We had several people pick up horses across the country, and they've had about 120 days to train them and then meet back here for prize money. So this event is put on in partnership with the Mustang Heritage Foundation. It has an adult competition and a youth competition. A neat program that we have going on this summer in Kansas is the Kansas Wild Horse Youth Challenge. So we've done this 2 years already. The BLM has partnered with the Kansas State Fair and then a dedicated group of volunteers that help to put it on. We'll have more information in our booth at Equifest. So come by the BLM booth at Equifest. We'll have pickup dates and some more information. The Kansas Wild Horse Youth Challenge also has a Facebook page. One of the neat things about This event is that basically the youth pick up the horses in May from the Hutchinson Correctional Facility. They train the horses for about 100 days, and then they come back and show the last weekend of the Kansas State Fair, which is the September 19th and 20th. The youth are reimbursed $4.50 per head per day to help take care of the horses and feeding and care. It's amazing what these youth can do in just 100 days. There'll be 3 different classes, usually a trail class, handling class, and then a freestyle. And the freestyle is everyone's favorite. So at the Hutchinson Correctional Facility, BLM has contracted with them as a holding facility. They hold around 350 head all the time. So folks can go out, make an appointment. The information's on our website, blm.gov. They can look at facilities, make an appointment, and adopt an untrained horse out of there Monday through Friday. Hutchinson has a training program as well. If they want information on the training, they can also get some information off our website and call and ask about it. It's a great way to get a trained horse. If folks want to adopt an untrained horse, BLM has a wonderful incentive right now. BLM's overcrowded out west, and we're overcrowded in our corrals. So to help with that, we have a $1,000 incentive to kind of help entice people to adopt. So folks receive the first $500 in about 90 days, and the second $500 a year later whenever they receive title. If you want to learn more about the Bureau of Land Management's Wild Horse and Burro program, please check us out at blm.gov or check out our Facebook page, BLM Wild Horse and Burro Facebook page. And again, if you want information about the Kansas Wild Horse Youth Challenge, come to our booth at Equifest. The Kansas Wild Horse Youth Challenge also has a Facebook page.
What if U.S. soybean meal were more than a commodity? If seed companies and the soybean checkoff built a better variety? That future is here. The time is now. To meet end-user demands, the soybean checkoff is investing in the compositional quality of soybeans, including meal. A message from the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
I'm Bob Swartz, and I've devoted the last 43 years to helping Kansans reach their retirement goals and to protect the family farm. At Bob Swartz Financial, we believe everyone should be able to live the retirement they've always dreamed of. Our team of professionals can help you create an efficient strategy using a variety of investment vehicles to help you address your financial needs and your concerns. Bob Swartz Financial values commitment and transparency.
I dug trees by hand for years and years and years. In the process, I wore out my rotating cuff. But when I learned about this process, I thought if there was a way to get rid of this pain, then I wanted to do it. So we did it, and it worked. I'm not going to go out and dig trees with a shovel anymore, but I can do the things that I want to do now.
This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
I'm Brent and this is Ag AM in Kansas. I am at the 2020 Kansas Commodity Classic in Manhattan, and with me now is Chris Tanner, wheat representative on the commodity update panel. Chris, kind of give me an update on the wheat commodity.
Well, one thing that we're looking at doing with wheat this year is a lot of producers have figured out that there's a lot of added value to wheat in their operations, and we're trying to encourage a little bit of more on-farm storage and marketing to those markets, be it for protein or milling quality, or basically trying to capture higher profit off of the wheat that they're raising because they're raising a quality premium product.
Right. Great, very good. And anything else you will discuss during this panel?
Another thing we'll bring up is our trade relations that with the USMCA being signed. We're working on a relationship with rail, getting wheat direct railed into Mexico to kind of help with transportation costs. Mexico has been the biggest purchaser for our wheat this last couple of years and a really good customer. Another thing we're going to focus on and are really quite proud of is the TRQs with Brazil taking place, and that's really going to help move some wheat and improve profitability on wheat on the end.
Now, Chris, why is having a panel of the commodity groups really valuable to producers to come to these events?
I think a lot of it is just so that I can see what the commodity groups are doing for them. I mean, we're working hard to try to improve markets and improve the quality of our products, and basically we're proud of what we do and want to share our successes, and we're also here to listen and see what we could do better as well.
I'm Brent Rucker, and this is Ag AM in Kansas. I am at the 2020 Kansas Commodity Classic in Manhattan, and with me now I have Brent Rogers, corn representative on the Kansas Commodity Update panel. Brent, tell me a little bit about an update on the corn commodity.
Well, I've just recently been named president as of yesterday, so this is kind of a new role for me. We're going to talk about on the panel a little bit about what issues are facing our organizations going into the 2020 growing season. Obviously, the hot topics on our list are trade and ethanol. We want to see that the trade packages get implemented and get off to a smooth start, and then phase two. You know, there's already talk about phase two with China, and I think we're going to have to make sure we have our ducks in a row to make sure that gets off to a good start and gets implemented.
Right, and that's really why these events are important.
Certainly, we need to educate our members and let them know, that we're fighting these battles for them with their checkoff dollars, and that it's very important to us to make sure we get that message out for those growers.
Right, very good. A big thanks to Brett for talking to me, and this has been Ag AM in Kansas, and I'm Britton Rucker.
Watch Ag AM in Kansas online at agaminkansas.com.
Kim Mannering with Hardy Insurance. Today we will talk about umbrella coverage. Did you know that if your cattle get out, you could be held liable for that? Call me, let's have a discussion. 316-945-6733.
I'm Bob Swartz, and I've devoted the last 43 years to helping Kansans reach their retirement goals and to protect the family farm. At Bob Swartz Financial, we believe everyone should be able to live the retirement they've always dreamed of. Our team of professionals can help you create an efficient strategy using a variety of investment vehicles to help you address your financial needs and your concerns. Bob Swartz Financial values commitment and transparency.